Well, welcome, my friends. I'm so happy to be here with Marjorie Maas, one of my dear friends, but also executive director of SHARE Omaha. We just had the big Giving Tuesday a week or so ago. And Marjorie, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, Andy, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much for having us back.
Well, let's talk about it. I know this was, I saw so many things on social media, lots of people giving, lots of nonprofits receiving. But let's just talk a little about the big news and what happened that day, and give us some numbers if you can.
I certainly can. So we set a goal of 4.5 million, an increase over 3.16 last
Okay.
year. And man, were we off because the
Really?
metro area raised 5 million, 4.5 million, 0.49 million.
And this is the first time I'm actually hearing this. That is so wonderful and amazing, and actually not surprising because we
No,
have a generous community, but oh my goodness. Yeah.
so next year we'll just be happy to maybe hopefully like rise above that number, but I I don't know what this metro area is capable of because every time they surprise us. I will also tell you that we had over 500 volunteer hours served just that day.
Wow.
And then early estimates from Amazon are that 8,000 items were purchased off the website, and that
Wow.
26% of the donors that came through shareomaha.org were first time donors. So, but I can't underscore enough the relationships and partners and all the reporting that the metro area can be proud of regarding that 5.49 million number. That goes to benefit so many nonprofits.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that our partners at the Omaha Community Foundation that encourage donor advice fund contributions, and then our partners at the Pottawatomie County Community Foundation that gave a 20% match for endowment account contributions. Those numbers were part of the day. They were part of the celebration. They were part of the energy of the day, and they all contributed that large,
Yeah.
impressive, exciting number.
Yeah. And okay, so let me ask you a couple questions, because those are big numbers. And also, so Share Omaha, how many years are we? 3 years? Or are we celebrating almost our 3-year anniversary in
Yeah,
January?
yes, it'll be 3-year anniversary, January 17th.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And what your organization does to really connect all these people and to bridge that gap that, first of all, made, I think, Giving Tuesday possible is, yeah, I mean, I just have to, I have to thank you. I think the community thanks you. And what, moving forward, as we're looking at, I mean, that was a big day, but again, Share Omaha, the giving community really is 365 days a year. And what can we do? And if we're looking at end of year giving, what can we do?
Yes. So Share Omaha's big celebration truly is Giving Tuesday, but the website is a resource that the community can use any day of the year. And
Yeah.
Share Omaha, we say that we provide the call to action: give, get involved, give what you can. But it's the nonprofits that really produce the reason why you contribute. A quote that I think of pretty often when I think about philanthropy is that people aren't tired of being asked, they're tired of being uninspired. And that inspiration comes from our nonprofits. And if there's a nonprofit or a mission or a cause that's inspiring you to serve or inspiring you to give, it is time to research who is addressing those needs and start connecting with them. So end of year giving on Share is really an opportunity to meet not somebody, but meet an organization maybe for the first time that you haven't contributed it before. It's
Yeah.
a great place to start a relationship.
Yeah. And I'm looking at you, but I'm also looking on your website over here on my laptop. And you have 652 nonprofits on your website that people can research. You also have 585 opportunities for people to volunteer. There's so many other things that if we we have a passion for whether it's animals or children or the elderly, or I mean, there's so many things that there's so many different groups that are in need. And the place, go find them on your website.
Well, shareomaha.org really provides kind of a do good shopping experience. I mean, you can slice and dice these 652 nonprofits a million ways to Sunday. You can figure out exactly what it is that those 2 or 3 or 4 nonprofits that really address the thing that you're talking about, or that you care about, that itch you want to scratch in the community. You can find them. And we believe that every dollar given on Giving Tuesday is a start of a story. And we've heard about impact and stories from our nonprofits that we just love. Andy, do you mind if I tell you one of them?
Please do. Please do.
Well, I think about we heard a comment from the organization RISE. They're a post-prison workforce development program, and one of their graduates made a first-time gift to the organization, and it said it brought their whole office what I'll call happy tears, because they do this work for those graduates, and for those graduates to turn into donors. That's some of the magic that we saw happen on Giving Tuesday. We're so excited to hear that story from RISE. And then during one of our live streams, nonprofits were getting shout outs from donors that had given gifts that day. And the Habitat for Humanity was taking those bits and signing a stud with all the nonprofits that were being called out and why people gave to them. And that stud, both sides, is covered with those types of well wishes for the nonprofit community. And it's going to go into somebody's house, in one of the Habitat houses. There's magic that happens on days like this. And I can't tell you enough. I mean, it's a swell of generosity. It really is.
Yeah. Again, everything that you're doing, Marjorie, and that SHARE Omaha is doing, it's just, it's big stuff, and it contributes to so many. I think the ripples that go out, we don't even know that, because a ripple that somebody gives to this person or this organization actually has generations that potentially it has an imprint on that could be 100 or 200 years from now. I mean, that might sound weird, but we're impacting those families and those people.
Yes. And we never know the end result of the dollars and the goodness that we do. It's not our responsibility to know, but we know that each of those contributions do mean something to those clients, to those organizations, to their mission being fulfilled.
Absolutely. All right. So let's talk a little bit. We've got about a couple minutes left. So what's next? I mean, a little bit, year-end giving. People are looking at that. And then also I just want to look into 2022, because things have been, we've been challenged with the last couple of years of the pandemic and all that. So
we have, and just to know that our community can show up for itself, that people that are able to be generous are being generous. It just says something remarkable about our metro area, both Omaha and Southwest Iowa. And our relationships with the Omaha Community Foundation and Pottawatomie County Community Foundations are so rich. And we just expect those relationships to grow in the coming year. And then also the sponsors of Giving Tuesday, I just had to give a quick shout out. Core Bank and TS Bank, they are role models for what a corporate citizen does for the community. Core Bank gave matching gifts to the Lifehouse and to the Omaha Street School, and to the tune of $6,000 total. It's amazing. And then TS Bank collected diapers and canned goods at all of their locations to benefit Southwest Iowa nonprofits. We hope that we get to unearth more of those types of relationships in 2022, but I'll give you just a little bit. we're hosting Do Good Days, May 10th, 11th, and
Yes,
12th.
yes.
So that is our next campaign. And we're going to have a day focused on cash, a day focused on wish lists, and a day focused on volunteerism. Because our website, shareomaha.org, really has 3 different calls to action related to how to get involved. And we wanted each of those calls to kind of have their own day.
Sure.
So the members on Share Omaha really see a boost in many different ways, not just cash, not just volunteers, not just wish lists. So they get to see the swell that happens from our website in 1 week. So Do Good Days, 10th, 11th, 12th of May.
Okay. So yeah, so it's 3 days, right?
Yes, 3 days. Sponsored by First National Bank of Omaha.
Yeah. Well, Marjorie, again, it's so great to see you. And we had a conversation before Giving Tuesday, and really just letting people know what happened after Giving Tuesday. And I just appreciate this conversation to talk about that. And then we'll have a conversation first quarter, in 2022. And we can talk about, the upcoming, what you're doing for the community. So
absolutely. And it was on this interview that I spoke the goal for the first time. And so to be able to come back with you and tell you that we exceeded our expectations, like that spirit of abundance, Andy, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and you're welcome. And I just want to thank the community as a whole, that this is a really generous community. And I just, happy holidays to you, Marjorie, and to everybody. So
yes, happy holidays.
Okay. And I will talk to you soon. And folks, we will be right back.